It is the last day of Bugs Land, and we're gonna take a sneak peek, kind of look around, and yeah, one last time. I just talk a little bit about that. So I'm still kind of getting used to vlogging, just talking in front of a camera and people staring at me. It's kind of a weird feeling. Trying to ignore that a little bit. It's kind of hard because there's a lot of people out here. But yeah, just kind of pretending I'm videotaping something in front of me. That usually helps. All right, we found kind of a secluded, shaded spot. Just kind of telling you a little bit of the history of Bugs Land. Bugs Land is basically broken up into two parts. So the first part being It's Tough to Be a Bug Theater, which is right, I don't know if you can see it. I can't zoom in, it's okay. I'll show you guys soon. But it's a big building, it's a theater. And the other part of Bugs Land is Flik's Fun Fair. And Flik's Fun Fair is broken up into 4 rides. So a little bit of the history of the park is It's Tough to Be a Bug was part of the original opening day of California Adventure. And that was part of a different land. It wasn't called the Bugs Land. So Flik's Fun Fair, the 4 rides basically, came about in 2002 when they decided to make Bugs Land into a thing. So that was kind of cool. I don't really know the official layout, but apparently next to a Bugs Land there is some more shops and restaurants that were there that was part of a Bugs Land, but they kind of destroyed them to make way for Cars Land next door. Alright, last time I'm gonna enter through these green posts. So we have Francis, we have Flik, we have Heimlich, and Tuck and Roll. Most of the characters from the Bugs Land's up there as we enter. So this used to be, It's Tough to Be a Bug. This used to be the entrance in here, and the queue would kind of go along the way. It would go under logs and stuff, and then you would kind of go underground and then up into the theater where you kind of enjoy it. It's Tough to Be a Bug was actually supposed to be refurbished, and then during the refurbishment process they kind of looked at the cost and went, you know what, it's a little much, and Bugs Land is only going to last like a couple more months, so they just decided to scrap the whole thing and close it early. So it was kind of a rude awakening for fans of the ride because they were expecting a refurbishment and then it was just closed. So there was no like goodbye, farewell, anything like that. It was used primarily for like sneak peeks and like movie trailers before then. It's Tough to Be a Bug wasn't exactly the most popular thing. Kind of the reason why this whole place is going down anyway. It's Tough to Be a Bug, as well as Flik's Fun Fair. It's kind of a kids area. A Bugs Land is not necessarily the most popular part of California Adventure. Most people kind of use it to go from kind of this part of the park to cut through to Guardians, or maybe Guardians to Racers, and it's kind of just in the way. Disney decided just to scrap the whole thing and make Marvel Land in 2020, so hopefully they do a good job. Guardians is supposed to be like the center of Marvel Land, so we'll see. Disney kind of changes its mind a lot, so, and 2 years is a long time, so anything can happen. All right, we're kind of rounding the corner here. Still this wall here for like months. I don't know how long. It's been like forever, it seems. We're entering Flik's Fun Fair. This is where the Blueberry Scout Jamboree, I guess used to be. I can use the past tense, I guess, because by this time tomorrow, Bugs Land will be no more. This is where you get face paints a little bit. I'm not sure where all the cast members are going to go. They'll probably be going around the park. This is like the unofficial entrance to Bugs Land. And if you probably haven't noticed, that's Woody's arm. Little Easter egg there. I really like the aesthetic here, especially at night. At night, this place kind of comes alive. So a Bugs Land is pretty small. Basically, it's just kind of a circle. So you can start that way, finish that way, start that way, finish that way. Doesn't really matter. There's some restrooms right here. It's supposed to be like a giant Kleenex box. kind of funny. The lamps are very creative. They're like little lightning bugs that shoot light out of their butts, which is always great. And in the center, kind of the circle, are two like water fountain, water play areas where kids can kind of relax and cool off, literally. If we make our way to the right of the path, to the right is going to be Heimlich's choo-choo train. And Heimlich's is a ride that me and Erica went on yesterday, so I won't go on it today because, you know, just wasting time, and it's a very long line. It looks like everyone wants to ride Heimlich for one last time. There's the sign right there. It's pretty fun. I'm actually going to cut to a clip right now of just a short clip of me and Erica riding Heimlich's for the last time.
Come on everybody, here we go!
Everyone looks stunned.
Heimlich, the German Spanish-speaking caterpillar.
Para su seguridad, permanezcan sentados con sus manos, piernas y pies dentro de esta linda oruguita. Y por favor, cuidan muy bien a sus oruguitas.
Then watch out, I don't want to squish you with the door. There you go.
My stomach is so empty.
Here we go.
Hey, help me to go find something to eat. Come on everybody, here we go. I have to eat lots of fruit if I want to grow up to be a beautiful butterfly. Oh, now that's a good flavor. Mommy.
Oh, I was just squirted on. What was that?
The road. Which way to go?
It smells like watermelon. Is it junior cookie?
Taste so yummy too. Here I come, little apple cracker. You can't hide from Heimlich. Now I'm going to drop you off so I can go back to
Just trying to make sure we're all still
Goodbye,
alive.
my friend.
I like how the leaf is covering his face. So one thing I forgot to mention is kind of the different exits and entrances to Bugs Land. Well, the way that we came in is the main entrance over there. Kind of, you can see the cowboys. That's the main entrance. And if you make a right next to Heimlich's is another entrance, kind of exit area, and that kind of leads to Cars Land. I'll show you what that looks like in just a second. So Tuck and Roll is going to be to your left, or was to your left, and then Heimlich's was to the right. One of the best things that Bugs Land does very well is kind of show. So things like this, you know, like pencils sticking out of the ground, they do very, very well, basically to make you feel like you've shrunken down into the size of a bug. That's kind of the whole point of this. You know, Tuck and Roll is a giant umbrella that you kind of ride around. Heimlich's is you ride around all this giant food, and you kind of feel like you're the size of an ant. So that's kind of the whole point of Bugs Land. But many people don't know, if you look immediately to your left, you'll see some of the characters from the movie. I keep using present terms. I should use past tense. Like, you used to see all these characters from the movie, kind of hidden in the bushes here. And on the other side, you have, I totally forgot this guy's name, but he had like this really, yeah, like a girlfriend or wife or something in the film. They're like magicians, magistro? I don't know. Anyway, I should rewatch that movie. So I keep getting sidetracked, but that's the exit entrance from Cars Land to a Bugs Land, and you kind of make this turn right here, and we're gonna kind of walk down there to kind of just show you. I don't know if this whole area is gonna change in a few years, maybe. They're kind of not really doing anything with it. It's kind of just a big driveway with trees, and you know, if Disney could have more land to do something, they would gladly take it, because California Adventure is kind of small, in my opinion. We're kind of walking down this way here. Just kind of looking back, there's nothing really here. This is probably going to be Marvel Land, an extension, hopefully. But we'll see. It's going to be kind of weird. I don't know if anything will change or not. I said that like 100 times. But yeah, this little guardrail here, kind of going up to Cars Land. to your left, you can kind of see a little bit of Cars Land showing. And then you get your first sign right here. This, I don't know if they're going to keep this area, but this is where they meet Red, the fire truck, usually, and people kind of line up, take pictures with him. Continuing down the street, Radiator Springs, and then another Radiator Springs sign with Lightning McQueen, Sir Tomater, and then you start really getting the sense that you're entering Cars Land. They do the transition kind of well here. I don't know how they're going to do the transition when Marvel comes in, but you know, they're pretty creative in doing that. And at this point, you're basically in Cars Land. There's the crossroads right there, and then you're at the cones back here. Another thing I wanted to show you is the signs going the opposite way to Bugs Land. It changes, so it kind of is like advertising Bugs Land, which is kind of cool. It does the whole Route 66 theme very well. So it kind of, it's like, yeah, showcasing, oh, shrink to the size of a bug and have some fun, some bug-sized fun. There's Guardians in the distance. And then you would make your left to see Red if you wanted to. But yeah, just a lot of space back here. Like, even just the green area that you wouldn't naturally see anywhere else. This walkway is probably needed for you know, emergency evacuations and stuff like that. And of course, getting the cars in and out, you need kind of this big stretch of road. All right, going back into going back into Bugs Land. All right, continuing down the circle here is Tuck and Roll's, what's it called? Drive 'em Buggies. I be here all the time. I be here all the time. I know the words to things. So that's a very popular ride. I've actually never ridden it before until yesterday, which I also ridden it with Erica. So I'm gonna cut to a small clip of that. It was really fun. I'm gonna kill you.
It's totally bumper car.
Oh, sorry. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Around and around. You come and get me, Kappa. Come and get me. Ma'am, stop it. Stop it. How'd you like that? I lose, you lose. I never, if I've known how fun it was, I would have come more often, but I led to the demise of Bugs Land by not coming, I guess. Also off to the left of Tuck and Rolls is another kind of play area where there's water. It's like a giant hose. Which is always cool and fun. Across the way is Francis's. Francis's? Right, so it's Francis's Ladybug Boogie. I've also never been on this ride either. So today is gonna be the first day. It's gonna be a little weird because I've actually, I came alone today because, you know, no one, it's like noonish right now and everyone's at work, so it's the last day, so I gotta ride all the Bugs Land rides. And it's gonna be a little awkward because this is a kind of a kid's ride and I'm a full grown man, so hopefully it's not gonna be too awkward. It's gonna be awkward. Bye. 5 minutes, okay.
Now to make sure you boogie safely, please stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside. And keep an eye on your kids, okay? Thanks. Now get ready to boogie!
Bienvenidos.
It's kind of wacky. Oh man. Oh jeez. This is crazy. Oh, my bag's flying all over the place.
Okay, everybody, please stay in your seats until
Oh,
your
man.
Ladybug comes to a complete stop.
That
Then
was-
walk to
that
the
was
nearest
tough.
exit.
It's
Thanks.
tough to be a bug.
See you
And that was Francis.
Alright, just
Yeah, it was actually kind of, it did like a figure 8 thing. So you didn't, you weren't spinning, basically, well you were spinning, but you didn't spin yourself. So basically you just you sat to one side, and then the centrifugal force of your body kind of spun the whole thing around. And it was kind of weird, like very, very weird. But I liked it, I enjoyed it. I wish I could have gone more often. All the regrets start sinking in right now. There's the restrooms. I've been to this place many times, no regrets there. This probably needs a cleanup job. Right after Francis, if you pass the queue and you go to the right, just before Flik's Flyers, you're gonna have another entrance exit from Guardians basically, and Hollywoodland if you want to cut through, or if you wanted to cut through. So right here, kind of where you exit out from, and then you're right at the foot of Guardians, pretty much. Fast pass for Guardians, turn around. It almost looks like you're kind of going underground a little bit. They hide it very well, but it is indeed the side entrance to Bugs Land. Probably the second most popular entrance into Bugs Land, because it's so green and lively. And it kind of just makes you feel like you're going down and you're kind of being dwarfed by these clovers. And everything becomes gigantic, and then you're here. And then there's churros to suck you in and keep you here. Right to the right is Flik's Flyers, which I'm going to try next. It's going to be, this is actually, I've been on this many times because it just seems like the one that's kind of worth it to when you're here. So a lot of adults like to go on this one with their kids. And I think most people kind of go this way anyway. They don't go to the left. They kind of stick to the right, either to go to the bathrooms, to go to Flik's Flyers, or just kind of do a roundabout to Cars Land. There he is.
stay seated in your flyer until it comes to a complete stop. Then wait for one of my friends to open your door. Well, I hope you had a fun flight on my flyers. See ya!
So fun fact, yesterday I showed the coldest drinking fountains. That was Goofy's water back in Toontown. But before I found those, these were the coldest drinking fountains in Bugs Land. I don't know why, maybe because they're in the shade, they're inside, but it was definitely the coldest drinking fountain that I could find in the park. But Goofy's is like twice as cold, so if you can make the trip to Toontown, go see Goofy's water. All right, just past the bathrooms, there's another one of my favorite characters that I have no idea the name of. And we've just completed our circle of Bugs Land. Probably gonna make it out of here now. Gonna come back through the way we came in just to be nostalgic and official. It's definitely time to leave because, as I said, this is kind of a kids area, and a full-grown adult taking video and pictures kind of alone for a long time doesn't really look well, so I think it's time to make my exit. I've done pretty much everything I could do. I mean, there's just so much, there's so many little details that you can't really catch in Bugs Land, you know, without being a creeper, especially me. Flik's Fun Fair. Leaving it for the last time. So it's kind of bittersweet. I personally, Bugs Land was always okay. I mean, I couldn't really enjoy it that much. At nighttime though, it is quite a sight to see. So I hope you're here right now, because by the time you probably watch this video, it will be all closed. Kind of like it's a Bugs. It's tough to be a bug. They're gonna put up walls and everything, so you can't really see it anymore. But hopefully you got a chance to see Bugs Land one last time before they close it today, park closing. And today is September 4th, so day after Labor Day 2018. So this park lasted about 16 years, or this part of the park. 16 years before, you know, it transitioned to something else, and that's kind of what Disney's all about. One last thing I want to get, this is kind of poignant. Thanks for the memories, Bugs Land. Thanks for the memories.